Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today's video is a white and gold Thanksgiving vignette. This was really simple to make. I did the whole thing in under an hour, and it's simple yet makes a very big impact. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. I'm not 100% sure what all I'm going to use. Probably the majority of this. I've got a couple of books and some plain white wrapping paper. I actually looked for some white with a little gold and silver in it. Couldn't find what I was looking for, so plain white will do. I have a couple of sizes of gold ribbon. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them both or just one size. I have a couple of battery operated candles. Some champagne colored poinsettias. And this I got at the Dollar Tree. It came in the silver and gold together. And of course I separated them because you know how I am. But anyway, I've got the different sizes of gold. I'm probably going to use the big ones, maybe the middle size too. And I've got some upholstery thread with a long, thin needle. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these together. It's going to be just like stringing popcorn, only it's going to be gold beads. Okay, I've got them all strung together. And yeah, that's all I have left. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to wrap these books in the white paper. Okay, I've got the books wrapped in the plain white paper, and I've got the beads all strung. And since these are styrofoam, these were so easy to do. I mean, you could go insane and actually do enough to do a tree. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is add some gold ribbon to the books. Okay, I've got the wide ribbon on, and I put the thin ribbon down the center of it. And it's not necessary, but I liked it. You know me, the more glitter, the better. Okay, I'm making a bow for the top of this, and I'm just taking one very long piece, and I'm going to loop it. And then I have a couple of the pieces to make the tail, and I have a chenille stem to gather it all. And I can't exactly give you measurements on this because it all depends on what size books you're going to use. You don't want your bow to be too big, and you don't want it to be too small. So I kind of did it the width of the book, not the length. And I'm just going to gather these in the center. And this little tail. I'm just going to lay that over it. And tuck it behind. And this is probably the easiest bow you're ever going to make in your whole life. And I got a dovetail. I don't know if you can see the dovetailing. I learned way back when I was a floral arranger that giving it the dovetail gives it a more professional look. And there's nothing to it. You just fold it in half lengthwise and cut up from the outside or down from the fold. There you go. Now this is eventually going to be glued down onto that, but I want to get everything else together. And I really love the shade of these with this bright gold because it doesn't overpower it. Okay, I'm going to first put a tiny little dab of glue on the back of this thin ribbon so that it stays in the center. And it's not really necessary, but it's just a thing I have. I know, see, you got a lot of weirdness, but it keeps it in place and it keeps it much neater looking. Okay, now I'm just going to glue this right onto the ribbon. I think I'm going to twist these a little bit this way. Okay. And I know I've told you before that working in odd numbers is more pleasing to the eye than even numbers. So I have 3 flowers, and I'm going to cut these stems down, and they're just going to get glued right into the ribbon. They not very much at all. And I'll be gluing 1, 2, and 3 so that it's like a triangle. Okay, I've got the 3 poinsettias on there, and you can see how I've left a big space in the back here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is drape these little golden beads and in this space in the back I'm putting a candle. Oh, come on, let's light it. And yeah, I like the way this turned out. My china for Thanksgiving is white with gold trim. And it's pretty much the only time I use the gold, but it's from when we first got married, so I always bring that out once a year. And I want to keep the centerpiece as simple as I can. And this is easily moved to put a baked turkey in its place. So there's my little vignette. And if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.